Hello, fellow friends who suffer with anxiety. I am addressing you today because I know what it's like to suffer with anxiety. And I know what it's like to be a Christian who suffers with anxiety. And I know what it's like to be a Christian who suffers with anxiety. And you're told over and over and over that if you just pray hard enough, and if you just read enough Bible, and if you just do this, that, and that, you could be free from your anxiety. And then you just feel like a defeated, helpless, worthless Christian. I've been there. So I want to tell you that there are so many verses in the Bible that speak about anxiety. But I also want to tell you that I was in such a low point in my life with anxiety that it got to the point that I could not pray myself out of it. And I know what that feels like. And I have an amazing family, friends, support group, counselor, psychiatrist, you name it. I went to every doctor. I did everything I could before I finally had to come to the point where I needed medication. And that's not for all of you. Not everybody's going to need medication, but I truly feel that I did. And I feel like when I went on medication, it was God's answer to my prayers through my friends, my family, and my doctors, and my Christian counselors, who all tried everything before they put me on the medication. And once I started Prozac, voila, I had a new life. I feel like a Prozac commercial. But I am a person who I have struggled with anxiety since I was a little girl who couldn't sleep at night all through my life. The sun would go down and the anxiety would come upon me, and I would lay there at night and just not even know what this was, and had to deal with it my entire life until it got so bad I was almost not a full human being anymore at the beginning of COVID. So I know what deep depression, well, I don't really ever struggle with depression. But during that horrible time of anxiety, my anxiety got so bad that I was sinking into a depression and a despair because I was thinking I was never, ever going to be able to live a regular life again. And I was having panic attacks. I was going to the emergency room because I thought I was having heart attacks. I thought I was having COVID and I couldn't breathe. And then I was having digestive problems. I was having throat problems, so I was going to GI doctors, everything, you name it, and it all was coming from anxiety. So a month after Prozac, all of those things were gone. Oh, I was getting UTIs, I was losing weight, I was down to almost, 90 pounds. So everything was causing me more and more stress because I know I can't keep losing weight. I'm going to keep getting more unhealthy. I'm going to keep getting a lower immune system, but I could not make it stop. So what they explained to me was that there's something going on with my brain that's and they say that the medication helps that whole process stop and that you're able to think and focus. And now I can. So when I read you things about scripture that helps with anxiety, and when I give you exercises that helps with anxiety, I also want you to know that I know that I'm not just saying, oh, just do this and your anxiety will be gone, because it took medication for me. So I don't look down on medication anymore. I used to be a complete naturalist, thinking that you can get over it naturally, and I was humbled, as I always am in life. There's certain things you get humbled by. I was very humbled by this fact, and I could see the night and day difference in my life. And now I can see scripture and I can absorb it, but at that point I just couldn't. I don't know if that makes me a bad Christian or not. I don't believe it makes me a bad Christian, but I'm sure there might be some out there that still think you can do all things through prayer and you don't need medication. But that's not how I think. So I'm going to read you this. So if you are suffering with anxiety and you are suffering with depression, these words can help, but you also need to talk to somebody and seek counseling. And don't hold it in and don't hide from it, because it will not get better on its own. All right. So this is what my Bible says from Psalm 31. In times of stress, depending upon God requires complete commitment. And this is Psalm 31, starting with the first verse. In you, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. Turn your ear to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me. Since you are my rock and my fortress, for the sake of your name, lead and guide me. Free me from the trap that is set for me, for you are my refuge. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Redeem me, O Lord, the God of truth. I hate those who cling to worthless idols. I trust in the Lord. I will be glad and rejoice in your love, for you saw my affliction and knew the anguish of my soul. You have not handed me over to the enemy, but have set my feet in a spacious place. Be merciful to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eyes grow weak with sorrow, my soul and my body with grief. My life is consumed by anguish, and my years by groaning. My strength fails because of my affliction, and my bones grow weak. Because of all my enemies, I am the utter contempt of my neighbors. I am a dread to my friends. Those who see me on the street flee from me. I am forgotten by them as though I were dead. I have become like broken pottery, for I hear the slander of many. There is terror on every side. They conspire against me and plot to take my life. But I trust you, O Lord. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hands. Deliver me from my enemies and from those who pursue me. Let your face shine upon your servant. Save me in your unfailing love. Let me not be put to shame, O Lord, for I have cried out to you. But let the wicked be put to shame, and lie silent in the grave. Let their lying lips be silenced, for with pride and contempt they speak arrogantly against the righteous. How great is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, which you bestow in the sight of men on those who take refuge in you. In the shelter of your presence you hide them from the intrigues of men. In your dwelling you keep them safe from accusing tongues. Praise be to the Lord, for he showed his wonderful love to me when I was in a besieged city. In my alarm I said, I am cut off from your sight. Yet you heard my cry for mercy when I called to you for help. Love the Lord, all his saints. The Lord preserves the faithful, but the proud he pays back in full. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Now, I can tell you, I felt so much of this during my terrible time of anxiety, and where it says, my neighbors flee from me, or my friends. It says, I am a dread to my friends. Oh man, my family, they were getting so tired of me. I was calling them and everybody had to take turns talking to me, and my kids and nobody wanted to be around me anymore. So they would all just take turns to help me through this time because, it was rough, let me tell you. So I know what it was like to be a dread to my friends, and I felt like broken pottery, and I felt like my bones were growing weak. They were growing weak because I couldn't eat. It was just a really, really bad time. But praise be to the Lord that he got me through it and my friends got me through it. So I'm doing face pulls today because of the verse that said that his face will shine upon me. So those of you who love Athlean X and Jeff Cavalier as much as I do, you might know this exercise. Jeff Cavalier always does face pulls. So face pulls are great recovery or warm up, and they are a corrective exercise. Another one that's good for your rotator cuff and your shoulders, and it makes your back strong and your posture. I don't think you could do too many face pulls. So this is a contraption that I got really cheap at TJ Maxx, and this I hooked around my cap squat rack, but this can also hook to a door. So you just take this thing, open your door, flip it around your door, and close the door. So you could do it there too. So this is my cap squat rack, which I've had for about 4 years, and I did a review on this, and people want to know if I still like it after 4 years. I love it. My teenagers grew up using it. My workout room is still the favorite room in this house. Everybody uses this workout room. So this thing has been completely loaded with every single weight on here because the boys like to come over, or the young adults I should say, and do bench press contests. So this thing has been loaded. We do squats, we do deadlifts, but what I like is to be able to attach bands to it. So this is my face pull device attached to my cap barbell thing. And this thing was only $100. So it was well worth the $100 that it cost. So just to let you know that. So here's the face pull. So you're gonna start with your hands extended and your thumbs externally rotated. So you're gonna pull the rope towards your forehead or your nose. All right, so I need to get a little forward up here. And you don't want to come forward and back with it like this. You want to brace your core, stand in an athletic stance, and pull. And you can see how much muscles this takes. I don't usually like to be scantily dressed on my videos because my channel is modesty, but sometimes I like you to be able to see the muscles that are being worked, so you can see how much this face pull, how many muscles it works on my back as I'm doing this. And you want to bring your thumbs past your ears, in line with your ears, and past them if you can. And brace that core. So this is also going to be a core exercise so that you're staying in place. And I'll see if I can come in a different angle, and then you can see it in a different angle as well. One of my things wanting to move. All right, so that's a face pull. So these are exercises you should be doing very regularly, especially at the end of a back workout or a shoulder workout. It's a good recovery. So another thing I like to do with my rack is it's a good place to stretch. So you can use it as a stretch like this for your lats. You can use it for calf stretching here. You can even use it as a bar. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the full word, but you know what I'm talking about, that one exercise that uses a bar. So you can do that. Oh, the other thing I love to do with this, speaking of back muscles, so it's a great place to be able to do inverted rows like that. So I do this with my clients a lot. And then I do my landmines with this bar, stick it in the corner and do the landmines. This, you can attach the assist band and do assisted pull-ups. So this is a new one I haven't done yet, but my son gets on here, holds on, and uses the band from the bottom and does tucks. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this rack if you are looking to build up your own home gym. So you can't go wrong with it. They're very cost effective, and we've gotten many, many years of use out of it. All right, so I will be praying for you, whoever you are out there. I see that I get about 11 views a day, so I will just keep on praying for you. If I see a view, I will be praying for your anxiety. And you can always message me if you have a private prayer you would like me to pray for you, because I love to do that. And I will talk to you tomorrow about another weak muscle and another activation. See you then. Have a good night.